Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Man, I woke up with the crisis this morning. A friend of mine called me, he's frustrated as hell. Sort of what the last video was about. But you know, dealing with people and these puppies, man. And I had to give him this message, and I want to give a lot of y'all this message because some of y'all are not puppy mills, some of y'all have a litter, and some of y'all just are running into the unpleasant experience of dealing with people. And I can't explain it. I've told y'all that on a previous video, and I guess it's going around more and more now. You can't explain the window shoppers. You can't explain the bullshit people. You can't explain it. It's something that's unexplainable. Like, I don't even know if they do it on purpose or what it is, or you know what I mean. But you can't explain it, but don't get frustrated with that, because sometimes, and you know, and I say this for you, James, but sometimes you just have to be happy that you didn't sell certain people dogs, you know what I mean? And that you didn't adopt out dogs to certain people, whatever way you're going with the dogs, because I've seen these cases, you know, and a lot of times people are like, oh, window shoppers and bullshitters. Look, I understand, you know, that's a problem out here. You have a ton of window shoppers and people who don't even want to have great dialogue or whatever to find out, okay, this, that, and the other. They're just bullshitters, and that's okay. But then you also have you also have people who might call, want to investigate what you got, like, okay, let me check the pedigree out, let me do this, let me do that. And it's not something that they want to buy. That's okay. But understand, if the person is a world-class bullshitter, the people who leave you, you know, hanging on, you know, every part of it, they act like they're interested in a dog, they tell you to hold a dog to this date, they do this, that, James, all the shit. I give you this advice. Just be thankful that you didn't sell these people a dog, because every bullshitter is not broke. I've seen a lot of bullshitters come and they have all of their money in hand. All their money in hand, and they'll adopt your dog out to somewhere else in 2 days. When the dog no longer is like a pair of sneakers, as our racist buddy Khan says, but as the dog gets treated like a pair of sneakers, once they're a little bit old and this ain't a fly thing no more, I'm gonna move on, you know what I mean? It's been a lot of breeders I know who've gotten calls from the animal rescues and different things of that nature, because they're scanning their microchips and chips, and it's coming back to the original owner. And you know, some of these owners are finding out that puppies that they sold have been, you know, in the system pretty much for 5-6 months or whatever the case may be. And then, you know, it's a sad thing. So sometimes you got to be happy and take the good with the bad. Some bullshitters walking away is a way that God clears you from having to go through the frustration of going down to the Humane Society or a rescue, getting one of your dogs back, trying to find a good home for it, and do all of those things that you need to do, you know, because you sold your product to a dickhead owner, you know. It's all ways to think about things. It's all relevant. It's all, you know, it's all there. You know, that's why, you know, when you do decide to sell a dog or whatever the case may be, you know, see how the process goes. See, you know, sometimes it's just some people you be like, all right, cool, man, you got dogs, go ahead. But sometimes you go through a lot more, just probably depending on your mood. But whatever you do, find your dogs a good home, and don't be so frustrated by the buying thing. I don't care what it is, you know, you will get rid of the dogs. You know, if you're a big breeder, if you're a little breeder, whatever, take your time. You know, take your time. The right people will come. The right dogs will get to the right people. And at least you'll know, like, you'll have that good feeling when Christmas time comes around and they sends him in the Miyagi sweater, sends a picture of him in the Miyagi sweater and laying on a pillow. You know that the dog that you sold and that you worked hard to keep around and everything like that, before you sold them, you'll know that that dog is well taken care of, you know. And like I say, it comes from different angles, you know. As it's worth the headache to deal with the window shoppers and sift through that to find a really, really good home for your dogs, you know. That's the most important thing that we are going to experience, that we're going to deal with, you know, is doing that, you know, doing that. And I say that, you know, And I know this video isn't exciting, and my eyes are hurting. That's why I keep closing my eyes. But you know, we have a responsibility to keep our dogs out of these facilities. And I'm telling you, I've had a lot of experiences in a lot of things. The one experiences that I've had is that you know you can get a good read when people are those type of people that just really don't give a damn about the dog. It's a fad to them. They'll be cool with it today, tomorrow they'll want something else. You get a vibe sort of quick from these people on whether or not they want the dog or whether or not they really, you know what I'm saying, or it's just something for them to do. And I'm telling you, I don't care if it's $5,000, $6,000, $8,000, whatever you're getting. Excuse me. Don't just take the money and run with it when you got that on your conscience that you know this person is not going to take care of that dog. Keep the dog with you. Let somebody else buy the dog later on down the line, next week, next month, whatever the case may be. But keep your animal there. Do not fill up these places with your shit. Because I'm telling y'all, when I go on these trips, the number one thing I see is American bullies. And these are not like some as y'all say, scatterbred American bullies. No, these are real American bullies that have been around. I can look at them and tell that, yeah, somebody bred this dog. It's not just some dog that popped up, you know. And the shit is sad, you know. It's sad because at some point that little puppy had a future and thought he was gonna have a home. Now you turn around with these characters and, you know, dog running from the needle. But that's just something to think about as you sell your dogs, as you try to place your dogs. Don't be in a huge rush. You're gonna deal with window shoppers. You're gonna deal with bullshitters. You're gonna deal with all that. Find your dog a good home. But until next time, y'all, much love. God bless you. Peace.